is Eric Hayden. I'm a warning coordination meteorologist with the office out in Newport, Morehead City. I know we have a lot of new folks on the call for this morning, so I just want to kind of go over what we do on these calls. First, I'm going to lead things off with our website. I really want you to dig down into the website today if you haven't already. This is going to be a significant storm for some of us. For a lot of us, it's going to be a significant amount of ice. It will vary by miles across our area, especially as you get toward the coast, especially Onslow County, Carteret County, Craven County, even up through parts of mainland Hyde and Dare. There's going to be a sharp cutoff between rain, significant ice, and perhaps some significant snow. So I want you to be familiar with our website and make sure that you're utilizing some resources at your fingertips. We're going to go over our briefing this morning. If you did not get that, please email me and let me know. And then we're going to open it up for questions, so anything that you have. We'll try to make this concise. We'll do another one later today at 4:30, and then we'll do the schedule again tomorrow, 9:30 and 4:30. If you can't make these webinars, we are recording these. We will cut out the Q&A part, and we will edit it and put it on YouTube within an hour. So if you have to drop off, if you want to share this with anybody, it is being recorded, and cross fingers, we get everything edited right. We'll show you that here in a second. So I kind of want to go over our website just a little bit. For those that are not familiar, weather.gov/moreheadcity or /MHX, bookmark this, save it, and make sure you're looking at some specific things on here. On the website itself, we usually have a weather story. Of course, the big story is significant ice. If you're not getting the briefings, let me know, but they are also under our weather hazard briefing page. So that's good information. The two things I want to point out, at the bottom of the page, there's something called winter weather. Click on that tab and look at this, because there's a lot of information here at your fingertips. Number one, significant ice expected. If you want to see this image zoomed in, you want to see it enlarged, you can just go to the website for that. And again, significant ice expected just inland from the coast. We'll go over that here in a second. For those folks that are up north and your concerns are more snow, check out the snow forecast. There's a lot of good information here. You may see some of these graphics in our briefings shortly. This is what we expect right now. Highest snowfall amounts to the north, lesser amounts to the south because of ice, and then probably plain rain toward Hatteras Island. However, there are concerns that we may see more appreciable amounts of snow across the north, just depending on how everything shakes out. You may see us show this graphic. This is a reasonable worst case scenario, a 10% chance that we could see some higher amounts, especially northern Martin County, northern Tyrrell County, and then back toward Washington County as well. So these are good graphics to highlight. If we don't include them in the briefing, they're always here. And one of my favorites, especially with snowfall amounts, ice will probably be the biggest story in our area. But still, if you want to see certain thresholds, more than 1/10 of an inch of snow, more than 1 inch, 2 inches, 4 inches, you can see these probabilities. And this really highlights right now, as it stands as of 9:30 on Wednesday morning, our highest probability of heavier snow is certainly up toward Williamston and Columbia, and then the lowest probability down toward the Crystal Coast and the Outer Banks. So I won't go on too much more about the website. A lot of you are familiar. The one last thing I want you to really look at as somebody that's planning for your county is the hourly weather graph. I'm going to pick on Norman and Stacy out toward Onslow County because it looks like some of the highest amounts will be there. So I'm going to click on northern Onslow County. So you get your generic forecast, comes up with the winter storm watch. And again, rain likely before 4 o'clock, freezing rain likely after that Thursday night, and freezing rain all day Friday, northern Onslow County. If you scroll to the bottom, this is a Google map, and you can change this box up here. This green box is where the forecast point is. You can put that anywhere you want, and the forecast will update. But at the bottom, there's something called the hourly weather forecast. I highly recommend you look at this, especially if you're a school official making decisions on school for Friday. If you're DOT wondering what you should do with the road conditions, how to treat those. This is the hourly weather graph. We're going to go forward, and we're going to pick on Thursday night because it looks like that's when it gets active, especially in Onslow County. So I'm going to change that to 1 a.m. Friday. It defaults to the whole kitchen sink in terms of weather elements. So you probably don't care about dew point or wind chill or sky cover or relative humidity. So we're going to get rid of that. We're just going to leave those on. I'm going to resubmit. And then here's your hourly weather graph. So wind speed, precipitation, but when is it actually going to start freezing rain? Here's your amounts of freezing rain. What about temperature if you're DOT? When am I actually going to get below freezing? So for northern Onslow County, sometime around 4 a.m. on Friday morning. In addition, for Onslow County, you stay in the 20s to near 30 during the day Friday. So it's not something that comes and goes, and we do not get above freezing until mid-morning on Saturday. So I won't belliger the point, but please, if you need help walking through this, give our office a call. Click anywhere on the map, click your location, and you'll get a detailed forecast. The reason why I'm spending so much time on this, it's important information. You can always call our office. We're always here to answer questions. But to be honest, a lot can be found on that website, even more than what we can show you or talk you through on the phone. So please, please, please look at it. I live in Carteret County. The difference between the western end of the county and then Morehead City and Beaufort, tremendous with the storm. So please pay attention to updates and check out that website as you can. All right, to the briefing itself, you should have all gotten this morning. If not, email me afterwards. Expecting significant impacts to travel and also ice. We will probably have snow, perhaps some significant amounts, especially the northern part of our area. Our biggest concern, however, is ice. With the amounts that we're forecasting, power outages, communication issues, impossible travel, things like that expected across our area if this forecast holds. The biggest update overnight was the issuance of a winter storm watch for most of the area. Some of the forecasters wanted me to point out, you're not under it for mainland Dare or northern Dare yet. Depending on how the storm shakes up off the coast, how it strengthens, how the cold air comes in, we may have to add you to some snowfall amounts. So don't think that I'm not under the watch. I don't have to worry about it. The area that we're concerned with outside of the watch area would be mainland Dare and northern Dare. Cedar Island down east, Ocracoke, Hatteras Island, probably not going to have any issues with winter weather. So kind of keep that in mind. This is our total forecast ice amount. We all know snowfall amounts, 1 inch, 2 inch, 6 inches. We can kind of know that, but a quarter to half inch of ice, I'm not sure what that means to you. So I want to explain. If that were to verify, we will probably have issues with trees down, power outages, perhaps widespread, especially if we get up toward that half inch amount. Impossible travel during the day, Friday night into Saturday morning. For the whole area, we do not expect temperatures to get above freezing on Saturday until about mid-morning. So this is, even though it's going to probably stop precipitating Saturday morning, this will linger into mid-Saturday morning because of those temperatures. So a couple things to point out. Again, these are very significant amounts of ice. If this were to happen really, really bad, this is an ice storm. To the north, you have lesser amounts because we expect sleet and snow to mix in. To the south, a huge, huge change. Down east Carteret County, Ocracoke, Hatteras Island, again, you probably don't have to worry about it. Carteret County and Craven County, we will be in the edge of the ice between rain and significant amounts of ice. And how we have this drawn on here is as specific as we can get. But please understand, this is going to change by the mile. For example, as it stands right now, Morehead City East, we are not expecting any ice. But as you get toward Newport, Bogue, Cape Carteret, Stella, it changes dramatically. It could be one of these instances where we have a tremendous amount of ice in Maysville, in Jacksonville, in Swansboro, but we don't see much across the central and eastern part of Carteret County. Could that change? Yes. So the two things I want you to focus on, if you're near this red area, be prepared for a significant ice storm. If you're near the edge where we go from ice to no ice, pay attention to that forecast. It's likely to shift around a little bit, and it can make a big difference between now and Friday. So please check back for the forecast, but this is a really good one. This has been consistent the last 24 hours. The folks at the office have done a great job with the forecast, so please pay attention to that. Ice will probably be our biggest issue, but if you live across the far north, you could see a significant amount of snow. This is the most likely snowfall map right now. Again, lesser amounts to the south and in the middle because we expect freezing rain to cut down on that. In fact, no snow expected down toward the Crystal Coast. Here in the middle, Kinston, New Bern, parts of Lenoir County up through Belhaven, you're probably going to get a little bit of everything, some snow and sleet, maybe even a little freezing rain, and that will cut down on the overall snowfall amounts. Where we expect the highest snow to be is across the far north, northern Pitt through Martin County, Washington, Tyrrell counties. Significant snow. Right now we've got 3 to 4 inches of snow. That's a very good forecast. If the low deepens quicker, if the cold air comes in faster, you could see substantially more than that. So please keep that in mind. And for Drew up in Dare County, again, you're not under a watch, not expecting a lot of winter weather, especially Hatteras Island and then farther south. But you could get some snow, northern Dare and mainland Dare, and that's an area that we're certainly watching. On the website, again, you can check out some of those additional information. Before we get to the summary, I just kind of want to give a timeline on the event. This is just one model. But it is right in line with our forecast. So I want to make sure you all see this. I'm going to make this full screen so that you can see a little bit better. So this is a model forecast, which is in line with our forecast. So this is what you can expect going forward. This is Thursday afternoon. We do not expect any issues through Thursday evening. So after school activities, driving home from work, no issues expected tomorrow. In fact, for a lot of us down toward the coast, we're going to be in the 60s. Kind of hard to imagine that we're going to have ice. As I advance this through tomorrow night, that's where things kind of go downhill. As we get into Thursday night, this darker band of heavier rain across the central part of the area, that's a cold front. As that moves through, cold air kind of bleeds into the area, and through 1 a.m. Friday morning, we start to see that transition. So snow farther to the north, kind of ice in the middle. As we get toward daybreak on Friday, that cold air really takes a hold across our area. It's going to be a slow process, but eventually it comes into our area. All snow to the north. This transition zone, Onslow County, Carteret County, down through Beaufort, Hyde counties, again, kind of on that line with sleet or freezing rain. As I go through the day, Friday, not a lot of change. What's going to happen is that front stalls to our south, the cold air moves in here, and moisture rides up over it. So as I go through the day, Friday, not a lot of change. Snow to the north, heavy, up toward Raleigh, and again, Williamston, Martin counties, Williamston area, Greenville, Kinston. This area is where we could have the highest amounts of snow. In between, this area that's depicted as snow could be some sleet, and that will cut down on your snowfall totals. And where the significant ice is most likely Onslow County, Craven County, and then eventually getting into Jones County as well. So this is through Friday evening. It continues. Some warm air tries to get in to change it all over to all rain over parts of Carteret County, but just notice, I'm going to pick on Onslow and Jones and Craven counties because that really, and even Duplin, that's where we have that bullseye of the up to ½ inch of ice. I'm going to go toggle back and forth. 7 p.m. Friday. If I get my toggling right here. 7 p.m. Friday, 10 p.m. Friday, 1 a.m. Saturday. Continued seeing that freezing rain. As we get into Saturday morning, things start to wrap up pretty quickly. This is the end of the model run here. So some of this will linger into Saturday morning, as I mentioned. And the other issue is, again, we're not going to get above freezing until mid to late morning Saturday. So just to highlight, snow to the north, ice in the middle. And again, for many, many, many hours, Friday night into Saturday morning, Onslow County, Jones County, Craven County. I keep highlighting you folks because you are highest on the snowfall, on the ice amounts on our slide. So to wrap things up, and then I'll turn it over to you for any questions. Medium confidence, again, the storm is going to happen. It's just all the minute details. Where exactly is that ice rain line? Where does it set up across Onslow and Craven and also Carteret counties? But where we see it happen, high impacts. When you're talking a ½ inch of ice mentioned, those are significant values. Widespread power outages possible. Also, issues with communication and obviously hazardous roads. And then up north, 1 to 4 inches of snow, sleet and freezing rain may hold some of those amounts down. Keep in mind, if you're watching this from, Martin County, Washington County, Tyrrell County, you're closest to that bullseye of snow. So those amounts could tick upward depending on how the storm shakes out.